Hello friends, today I'm going to share with you a video, and in this video I'm going to talk about something that someone asked me, but I don't think I can find the question in the comments. It was in one of my videos. I had a screenshot of that, but unfortunately I just deleted that. So the question was about the ventilation direction, and also he said actually, um, why do you have to pay attention to the ventilation direction, and what is the effect that it will have on the unit? And of course, then he asked about some sites. When you order a wig, they offer the option of fixed parting, and what does that mean? And about free parting, if I remember correctly. I don't know exactly the term, but I know exactly what he means. So first things first, I'm going to answer him to his first question about the ventilation direction and what is the importance of that. And I will do this by ventilating a small piece of tool. I'm going to use this famous already pink tool that I have. I have used this in several videos that I have done. It's very good and very cheap. So let me just put it in my custom made small frame. Yeah, it's snugly in there. If you want to see how to make this frame, just go into my videos and you will see that. So I'm gonna take this synthetic hair and I'm going to ventilate some area. Doesn't really matter how big it is, but you will be able to see a few things about the ventilation and the direction. So I'm going to ventilate fast, and then we will talk about it. Okay, as you have seen, I've just finished this small area, and it's very easy. Sorry, let me just fasten it a little bit. It's very easy to see that I ventilated towards this direction, but let me just zoom in a little bit. I don't know if this is visible. Okay. I can very easily turn this way, because the hair that has been ventilated acts like a hinge on a door. Yeah, it might sound a little weird, and these knots are coming loose because this is very silky hair. It's okay, I'm just doing this for the demonstration here. So when you ventilate towards a specific direction, for example, when you ventilate in the back of the hair, you want to ventilate going downwards. I mean, this is the top of the head, This is the lower part of the head, so you want it to go this way and lay as flat as possible. Now let me just, why doesn't it get fastened enough? I stretched it, that's why. Anyway, so in most areas the hair pretty much goes downwards, so you really have to ventilate towards this direction. But what about the place that you're going to part the hair? If this, let me just put red here. If this is the forehead and you ventilate this way, then you'll be able to part the hair side by side and have it as flat as possible. Let me just flip this around a little bit. Sorry. See how flat this lays? As flat as possible. Okay? And if this is the forehead and you want to do a slick back hair, you're gonna have a small problem, because as you can see, it has some volume. Now, if this, let me just mark it with blue. I don't know if this is visible though. If this is the forehead though, and you ventilate towards this direction, then two things will happen. When you want to make yourself slick back hair, like when you want to have your hair going backwards, it's going to lay flat enough. If you want to, this is the forehead again, if you want to create bangs, you will be able to take it going forward and then, you cut it wherever you want it to cut it. And when you want to part the hair, you are going to have voluminous parting, because this is not going to be flat. See, it can't lay very flat, so you have to decide what you want. Normally our hair grows into, this is the forehead, and they grow into this direction, into this direction. They go forward and upward. So you have to decide, when you make a closure, you want to ventilate side by side. So this is the forehead and this is the parting, flat enough. When you create bangs or anything else, you want the front area to be here and ventilate towards this way, so as the bangs will be laying flat. Because if this is the forehead and you want to have bangs, then your bangs are going to be flying real high. As you can see, they have a lot of volume and they cannot lay flat enough. So the direction really matters, and it only matters in the area that you're going to part the hair and the hairline, depending on exactly what you want to create. The best thing to do is to see your own hairline and your parting area of your own head, or something that you want to mimic, and just do it. How do I ventilate? I ventilate this way. This is the forehead and this is the way I ventilate, because when I part the hair, I wanted to have the natural volume that my hair has when I part it. Because and if you really want it to be flat, then you have to stretch it and use some heat over here so it stays like that. Now for the second ventilation, for the second question that he asked about the fixed part or the free parting, I'm going to use this very detailed, let me just zoom in. This is a very detailed, this is the needle, as you can see, very detailed tool. This is not lace because it's very cheap, and I will have to ventilate, and I will explain to you what free parting is and what fixed parting is. So let me just ventilate a little more here. This is going to take a little longer, but I'm going to fast forward it again. Okay, already. Okay, so now that I have finished ventilating these two little pieces, I'm going to explain to you what a free parting means and what a fixed parting means. Of course, this would have to be much bigger in order for you to clearly understand exactly what is going on. But here, as you can see, I have ventilated this area with, let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, I think you can very clearly see little transfer knot, single knots. You can part this anywhere you want, which means that you can part it here, here, or here, here. Of course, if you create a big area, like if you fill all the area with these little tiny knots and dense enough hair, but with little hair per knot, you will have free parting, because you can part this thing anywhere you want. You can part it here, 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 everywhere. Wherever you part it, it has the same definition. It's natural enough, and it doesn't really look too bulky or too fake or too obvious. Now let's move on to this one. I think it's pretty obvious what I have done here. I have ventilated this narrow area the same way that I ventilated this, and then I just started ventilating with more strands per knot, double knots, and of course spacing out the knots themselves, because this is the reason that we ventilate this way. Now, if you had this kind of place, this can only be parted here. Sorry. Why? Because this part is detailed enough to be parted here, and it's enough to hide these two obvious knots here. Well, it's not enough now, but you realize that you have a narrow place of high definition where your hair is going to be partable in this place, and you will be able to get away with it. And then the rest of the unit is ventilated bulky like this. So you cannot part it over here, because this is going to look too fake, but you can part it here. Okay, you can part it actually right in the middle of the high definition part, so both sides lay flat and they conceal the rest of the unit that has bulkier knots and more hair strands per knot. So yeah, I don't know if this is clear enough. I think it's clear, because you can, let me just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, this you can part it anywhere you want, and if it was like bigger, you would understand this. Like if it was a 4x4 inch closure, you would be able to part it anywhere you want. But when they create closures that are like 4x4 but they have fixed part, this means that they will have detail in the middle of the closure, and the rest of the closure around the high definition spot will be bulkier. And of course they do this because they want to save time. It was so much faster for me to ventilate these. Like these are like 5 knots only, while this is like, and it's like almost double, because I ventilate one, I leave one, I ventilate one, I leave one, I ventilate one, then I leave one. So you realize, and between them I have also left a whole row of non-ventilated. So these are spaced out, and it's so much faster to ventilate. So yeah, this is the free parting, this is the fixed parting. I hope I helped, and ask me anything you want, and I will try to make a new video. I wish I could find the comment so as to notify the person, but it's okay, maybe he catches up if he subscribes to me.